And I guess what the judge was saying there is, well, they say they don't know what a woman is, so they can allow anybody in. If that's their rule, that's their rule. It's a private organization, but I'm not going to define.
And they voted on it as an organization.
Right. But I'm not going to define a woman. You're not going to define something that is a known quantity. Really, this blows science out the window. Democrats really can never use that again. We're the party of science. No, you're not.
No, you're not. Not even close.
But why can't they say no? If biological men wish to play sports against biological women and take over sports.
Good, how are you?
What are you up to?
I'm a newspaper guy.
Oh, all right. We just had someone break into a car down.
Oh, really?
Up the road a little bit. So
Oh, shit. Okay, well, if I see anything, I usually know where you guys hang out, so I'll track you down.
All right, you can go right around.
All right, thanks. Have a good night.
An unusual late summer storm turned the week-long Burning Man festival into a sloppy mess with tens of thousands of people stuck in foot-deep mud and no working toilets. Despite what the sign said, Chicago's lakefront is not going au naturel.
Someone installed a nude beach sign at Chicago's Loyola Beach.
Weekdays, 10 till noon on 94.9.
And gotta tell you, I thought this was interesting because they're talking about in this that people are carefully threat as the next presidential election. Everybody's a risk. Science professor at Multiple College says he's not surprised that people are saying that they're not looking forward to the next presidential election. They say there's absolute fatigue. I don't see that people are going politics right now. He's been giving amazing for politics. He says if one more college for many Americans, he says there's like something more energy every 24. He's more trying to be satisfied for people trying to be president campaign, especially if it comes out to be Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. They say part of that dread, he says, is the constant news about a probable presidential rematch between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Not just a replay of one of the most vitriolic presidential races in modern history. They say in which the loser has still refused to admit that he lost, but also a reminder of a year that was pretty awful for most Americans. Do you know what I would say? And I've been saying this for a long time now. Donald Trump could go on the most epic of I Told You So tours ever. Because he did tell us, didn't he? I mean, when the former president turned that debate, 51 national intelligence officials from both sides saying that the Russian disinformation, and Biden knew that thing was real and credible, that his son was actually making China, making information, making information, and so forth. Oh yeah, Donald Trump absolutely going on right. Sure. I mean, obviously he's running, but to me, clearly this is something that for Republicans, we need to keep hitting that aspect of the election, because that really is the thing of the media and the Democrats and Joe Biden and the lies they have been telling. It's what you wonder, how few questions on this is debate, looking at this with dread and awe. I'm looking forward to this because I believe he's not going to override people. I mean, even the media, believe it or not, some in the media are slowly but surely having Joe Biden has problems. Because it's clear that he does. I knew because Joe Biden's White House has, but clearly he's having problems. In the first hour, I was telling you about a lot of the hyperventilating that's going on within the media and the left because New Wall Street Journal poll came out over the weekend saying that Donald Trump and Joe Biden are trying. And Biden, every single issue is underwater, and more Americans see Donald Trump as more confident and more accomplished. And so a lot of folks are now talking about a new book because he Joe Biden's White House is fighting a for, and it's on the last politician. It's all about the inner workings of the Biden administration. And our president is having a hard time because of his age. Because he is stepping out of their front. It has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with the president's ability to think and to relate ideas and to understand what is happening around him. And that's part of the book. And Biden responded to that premise that age is an issue. This is part of what he said on the campaign trail over the weekend.
I'll tell you what, someone said, you know, that Biden, he's getting old, man. I tell you what. Well, guess what? Guess what? You know, the only thing that comes with age is a little bit of wisdom. I've been doing this longer than anybody, and I guess what? I'm going to get...
Good evening.
Hey, good evening. I'm just stopping you because you're weaving a little bit in between the lines.
Yeah, I was just like avoiding the potholes.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
you. Potholes in the SUV?
Yeah, just a little bouncy.
Where are you coming from tonight?
I'm coming from home. I'm going to work. I'm a carrier for New London Day.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm usually on the Quaker Hill side of town.
Okay. All right, why don't you just hang out? As long as everything comes back clear, we'll get you on your way, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You followed me all the way from Lakes Pond Baptist Church.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Have anything to drink tonight? Or?
No,
No?
absolutely not.
All right, sir. How long have you been working for the day for?
God, this December will be 7 years.
Oh, 7 years?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right, sir. Well, have a good night, okay? I'm just going to
Thanks.
give you a warning.
Yep,
That's
no
it.
problem.
All right, take care.
Be safe. Exactly what I didn't have on tonight. Oh, you guys gotta leave me the fuck alone. Doing nothing fucking wrong.
Featured in MTV True Life and was in general a pretty big part of the mid-2010s YouTube stratosphere. It was his relationship and
Their marriage to none other than Colleen Ballinger. Today, here's my husband, Joshua. Josh Evans dated Colleen from 2009 to 2015 and was married to her from 2015 until 2016. Now, for the entirety of their relationship, both Colleen's massive fan base and Josh's own fan base became invested in their relationship to the point that they even had a cute little couple name, Joshaleen. And it was this level of investment that may have felt so devastating to the fan base when on September 30th, 2016, Colleen Ballinger suddenly released a video that announced, after less than a year and a half of marriage, that she and Josh Evans were getting a divorce. Joshua and I are getting divorced.
And over the years, Colleen rarely, if ever, spoke about the divorce, to the point that the Colleen Ballinger Snark subreddit even had an entire subsection called the Phantom Divorce, detailing the
I'm about to
phenomenon
get
of
fucking pulled
Colleen
over
pretending
again.
that she was never even married before at all. As she moved on from her past marriage, she released 2 seasons of the Netflix show Haters Back Off, or relentlessly, as Miranda sings, and she moved on to another relationship with her Haters Back Off co-star Eric Stocklin, eventually marrying him and having a few kids with him. Now, if you were following Colleen at the time, you might have said she wasn't perfect, but she was moving on gracefully. But that was publicly.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the
While
paper
she
guy.
was
Leave me the
doing
fuck
this,
alone.
She was also involved in group chat. To state definitively that
Yep, here we go.
Manipulated at the hands of Colleen Ballinger.
This woman used me.
But what about Josh Evans? Friends,
We're
that's
seriously
an
gonna
answer
have
that
this
the Colleen
discussion
family
again?
Thought they had figured out for many years because of Colleen's correspondence.
Fuck
in
me
group chats,
and
where
fuck this
the
whole
image of
city.
Josh over the years became as Adam McIntyre.
Because I'm fucking sick of this shit. Here we go again.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
The reason I'm stopping you, you're behind the mini mall there, and then
Yep.
you just dip down here. It looks like you're delivering papers.
Yep. I deliver to the bank and then I come around the back
I'm
and out
not
the
going
back.
to give you a hard time.
Okay,
That makes
thanks.
sense now.
I was wondering because this is the 3rd time in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
By us?
Yeah.
I wonder who else stopped you.
One was a lady last week. She followed me all the way from one end of town to the other before she pulled me over right before the New London line.
It was a Waterford?
Yeah.
A girl?
Yeah, it was a middle-aged woman.
Put your 4-ways on. That's usually a trigger to us.
Okay.
So, all right.
All right.
Go, man.
No problem. Thanks.
Sorry to harass.
That's okay. Have a good night. Yep. Doing this for 6 years, dude. 6 years. Drive with my 4-ways on all the time then. Okay.
So astutely put it, the crazy ex-husband. Okay, it's a lose-lose situation.
You guys just fucking always, man. The 3rd time in 2 weeks. Like, for Christ's sake. Now I have to drive with my fucking hazards on all the fucking time.
It's this diminishing.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Fleshed person separate from his past relationships that actually led him to leave.